cooking is also about lessons and learning. And, if you were to give some advice to parents, what would be 3 to 5 things that you would tell them or recommend to them that they do with their children to provide, an awesome food experience that you've been able to do with your own child and others? What would be those 3 to 5 things?
Number one, I would say, please take your children to the farmer's market and walk around, and not just one time. I think one of the influences that is important is to make a consistent practice of once a week taking your child to the farmer's market in the morning and seeing what happens there. The different stores, the farmers, the interactions, and it's really very cool when the parents can get to know the people on the other side selling the food. So I feel like as a child, it's important to see their parents interacting in relationship with the people selling them the food. And if that influence can be carried on to their children, they won't forget it. The other thing I would say is when the parents are going to make something for dinner, bring the stool and let the children watch you prepare something, even if it's the simplest thing as washing a vegetable. Showing the vegetable leaves of Swiss chard to a child and looking at the colors of the rainbow that come from the stem can be very influential in just saying, wow, look at this. This is an interesting product. Or when the parent is enthusiastic about the food they're serving at dinner time, the children will feel the enthusiasm. Just as much as a parent is enthusiastic about burritos or pizza, that same influence, if it's directed towards the healthier vegetable, can really be passed along. The other thing is reading the step-by-step instructions, not just from, I believe, recipes can have an enormous amount of an enormous amount of influence for a child to be like, oh, wow, this is so cool. Like step 1, you do this. Step 2, you do this. And walking through a recipe with a child little by little is just like taking their hand and showing them how to write or draw or do something. And that attention to the child while they're in their developmental stage has a huge impact on just the step-by-step instruction. And that can be carried on to brushing your teeth or making your bed. So food can really impact not just the way they're thinking, but that procedural methods that could really help the development of a child.